And Trent, I know you have immense respect for Dan Mullen, and how do you think just what he did attacking the Alabama defense, and the stats kind of told the story. Florida rushed for about 300 yards, Alabama rushed for less than 100.
Well, I got asked this question the other day about, just the rushing in the game. Me and Mark was in a game like this, right? We played against South Carolina my sophomore year. Me and Mark touched the ball combined together 11 times. I touched the ball 5, he touched the ball 6 times. And Marcus Lattimore was over touching the ball 33 or 35 times. And it had us sick. But man, you look at what Dan Mullen has done against Nick Saban. Just look at his track record. He's always gave Coach Saban problems. He's always gave that defense problems. It's just something about him as a coordinator, as a head coach. Like he just got it. Like he's one of those guys that just, he's just an offensive-minded guy. Mm-hmm. And, you look at what he did at Mississippi State, against him. Like he's always been able to move the ball against Nick. Malzahn was like that, against Nick, as a coordinator. Yep. He always gave us problems.
Hugh Freeze.
Hugh Freeze. Yeah. And, we given, Kiffin too when he was at Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And we giving, Pete Gold, you giving him, hell right now as a fan. But these are some good play callers, man. Them guys getting paid too. That's their job too. And I never look at Dan as not being a great head coach or a great play caller. That's all he ever been to me.
And Emory Jones played his best game I've seen him play, especially second half. He made plays with his feet, able to get made the throws that he normally doesn't make, and that's the things that you try to overcome. And if they play well and you play well, to me, I felt like we weren't winning the trenches as much as anything. It was on the offense side of the ball and defense side of the ball as the game went on. It's like Florida, especially in that second quarter, they were kind of taking over the trenches. And I was like, man, we got to get this back. We'll be able to run the football. Now, they did have the 2 big drives there at the end in order to kind of seal the game. But at the same time, I know Coach Saban expects more out of those guys, and especially just getting more pressure on the quarterback. But, man, he just played phenomenal in that second half especially.
Yeah, but you look at what Brian did, man, with running the ball. He was getting
great.
hot. So, we got a guy like that, feed him. And I think, when you talk about guys like McElwain when I was there, Mac was real good at, if a guy get hot, I'm going to feed him. Mm-hmm. Or, with Lance, Lance too, because you can't just give a running back the ball 5 times in the first half or the second half and expect him to come back in the second half and be stronger. You can't. You gotta. He gotta get stronger. And one thing I can say about being special about Alabama, right? We always got their best. So even when we played my sophomore year, we played against South Carolina, and we lost. It's Garcia. He played his best game. I don't even think he played a game after that because he got in trouble. But one thing about it, we always get everybody national championship game. And that's the great thing about being at Alabama. And when you got talent. You can seize those type of. But when you got that leadership in the locker room, man, you take on whatever.
Yeah, and to go through something like that is, even as much you hate it, coaches love it because you can look back on it, know you've been through it, know you could win the game, that you can get through those tight moments. All right, as we wrap up hour number 1, again live from Highlands, we got Lars, we got Trent, we got Antonio, also Kevin Lee with us as well here on the Jay Barker Show as we get to hour number 2. Stay with us, and more guests will be dropping by as well as we continue to support the Sight Striker Strong Golf Tournament out here at Highland here on this Friday edition. Stay with us. We'll be back. Hour number 2 coming up next.